Hello everybody, welcome back to another RoadKill Extra. Yeah, doing one of these after a very long time. I haven't done a RoadKill Extra maybe over a year. Yeah, no, I haven't done them since episode 20 and that was around November. So, probably about a year. Yeah, they're not coming back, the extras, because they were just really talky, boring videos, but I do want to talk about an issue that happened in the episode that was put up either the day that this goes out or basically the last RoadKill Projects episode, which has actually happened in the last two RoadKill Projects episodes with Sean's Impala and the Rally Hawk. And there's many other issues wrong because I've been exploring the game, seeing what's new. I have a couple new mods installed, and some vehicles are a little unusable, and that's due to outdated mods. But I'm not here to blame people who have outdated mods or dead mods or just people who haven't updated them. I'm not here to blame the developers either. It's just I want to put out a little bit of constructive criticism because these issues are starting to become more and more apparent and more annoying than they have in the past with vehicles in this game. Now, automatic transmissions have always slipped in this game, but it seems like that they've really fixed that issue. And this truck is the perfect example of it. This thing was a manual, and I swapped the automatic in it because now the manual transmissions, no matter what pavement or what type of surface you're on, except for pavement, it slips out of gears, and it's violent. And we see that a lot in Sean's Jeeps, and you'll probably see that a lot in the off-roading episode, which makes off-roading in this game very weird, and you actually have to like go through the gears yourself. Now, I don't really prefer doing that with this game because it's so easy to get over-rev torque damage and all that bullshit, and I don't want that to be a limiting factor to my episodes, but it seems like the more and more BeamNG gets updated, it just seems to be getting clearer and clearer that, you know, mods aren't working with each other, and just the game, they're really starting to limit performance with how vehicles can work. And the Impala is a perfect example of that. I don't really have any usable auto or manual transmissions that have enough gearing to be able to go as fast as that car can go. Now, I am waiting for mods to come out, and number one, I never really liked using mods that give you different transmissions or different engines. Of course, I have used them because, you know, some of them are great, some of them are, you know, they're not that hard to find, and they're just really well-made mods. But they break the game, and not only that, sometimes they don't work with the stock engines. And for what I do in RoadKill and for what I do in RoadKill projects, I try to use engines that people can get in this game without having to download mods, but then make the vehicles look cool through mods. And yeah, I have to change up vehicles sometimes, because some older mods, you know, they don't usually work. But it's just becoming harder and harder to make videos based off performance, because I loved the first few videos that I was doing with RoadKill projects where I was testing performance of cars that I had and, you know, trying to make the Dominator go 9s and the Impala trying to run 8s. The nitrous bomb in the Impala, like, that was just, they were great videos, I think, in my opinion, and they were a lot of fun to make. But with this current update, I don't have the transmission that allows the vehicles to, you know, to have that gearing for the hit rev limiter in the quarter mile. And I even wanted to try half mile racing. I wanted to make a half mile car. But I can't do that because, you know, the only working transmission that I could use is a manual. And they aren't as fast anymore. Of course, manuals have never been as fast as an automatic, but I want to try to get some automatics more into this because the vehicles are way harder to drive. The gears are a lot better. It's a lot smoother shifting for the cars, and I like that a lot better. It allows for vehicles to run a little bit better. It allows them to, work better, but it's just becoming harder and harder to do that with how the game is very limited. And I'm not saying, oh, go and make mods or, give them to me. I'm not saying going to do that. Let the mod developers come out with what they want and I'll get it if I like it. Of course, I haven't downloaded every single mod that has ever come out for this game. I only download mods that I see fit for my own enjoyment in the game when I play on my own, which you can definitely see in episode 30 coming out next month. Because there's a few vehicles that you've never even seen on either of the RoadKill series before with BeamNG, and they're just cars that I make in my spare time, that I work on in my spare time, and some of them are pretty roadkill. But I'm not here to talk about them. They're at least performing fine. Some of them are stock, and the Super B is running really good. But just BeamNG, please, try to look at the mod community a little bit more. I understand that you can't really do that if you're trying to improve certain elements of the game. And I'm not saying that, the changes that you have made are bad. You have done a lot of good for this game recently. The new model for the V8 in the D series and the Grand Marshal, the SUV. They're all great models. The supercharger wines were great ideas. The fixes to transmissions were great until the manuals started to slip. But who knows? The whole issue with manual transmissions slipping, it might even be a mod's fault. It might be a mod's fault that I don't know about. Oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Come on. Okay, there we go. But right now, if I was trying to go through this, the transmission would probably be going crazy between first and second gear. Oh, fuck. Trying not to sink the fucking truck here. But right now, this is the perfect example. The automatic is holding up so well, the gearing is perfect. Over rocks that I can't even see. All of that is perfect with the autos. That's why I'm trying to switch over to them, and I'm gonna be convincing Sean to switch over to them as well. But one of the issues that I'm having now is that the Jeeps or the hoppers in this game, they're having an oil starvation issue. And I know it isn't the first time that I've had this issue, but I don't know what mod is doing it. And I'm constantly doing fixes to this game now. Ever since the update came out where they added in the supercharger wines, where a lot of my mods broke, where the lost episode of Ernesto went, due to me being so caught up with trying to fix the game, I never even uploaded it, and I deleted it thinking that I uploaded it and scheduled it when I never did. That's my whole point. This game is becoming harder and harder to play, and it's not as enjoyable without mods, and RoadKill is, this is one of these series that I can't get away without using mods. I've used so many mods already, and skins, and engines, and body styles, modded cars. I don't even have the junk vet anymore installed. The junk vet's gone. I got rid of that thing because the rear suspension is just utterly horrible in that thing. But it's just becoming very tedious, and it's becoming very old. Now, what I'm probably gonna do is that I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break for a while. RoadKill is going to air as usual. Me and Sean still have to do 2 episodes for the finale. Which, I don't know. I should actually text him and try to do that today if he's not busy. But, yeah. RoadKill episode 30, it's gonna go up as planned, but you're probably not gonna see as many RoadKill Projects episodes. You might see an episode on this thing come out very soon, because I'm gonna be doing an episode with this truck, where I'm gonna modify it a little more and make it into my off-road beater, because I don't want to beat up the Power Wagon off-roading, even though I lifted it and did all those modifications. I don't want to beat up that truck too bad, so I'm gonna make this thing into a beater. But that's going to be a little bit later. I'm going to be taking a break from this game. Letting mods come out, let fixes come out. There was another hot fix yesterday for BeamNG, and I can tell the game is running a little better, the map loading is a little bit faster, the spawning in bug went away after I cleared the cache, and I got really pissed off about that, because I didn't want to have to sit here for days trying to fix this game again. But, yeah. BeamNG, you gotta start considering, your updates a little bit more around what people do in this game. Not that I'm saying that it's a bad thing. The changes that you're making are great, but I just wish that there was a little bit more of a warning that you could put out there saying, hey, these mods may break, or if you could at least compile a list together from user submissions of what mods might be breaking the game. Because that would make fixing the game a lot easier for a lot of people, and especially for people who do videos like this, who may use a lot of mods in their game. It just might make life a little bit easier, because this game is pretty difficult to mod. Even though that they've added in the repository, I don't like to use it because that's how BeamNG badly broke a couple months ago. Is because that's, for some reason, the repository came out with a switch to automatically update mods, and it broke the whole game for me. Duplicating mod files, and I had to basically reinstall the game and reinstall every mod one by one to at least get RoadKill as a series up off the ground again. And then I eventually got back to projects. Well, I did just get a few mods installed for that one episode with the Rotson. Yeah. But there's my little rant. But yeah, I'm not blaming anyone here. Holy shit. High, deep water. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not trying to blame anyone. But I just want to put my little bit of criticism out there and say, hey, you could do better. You could make things a lot better, and make people's lives a little bit easier. And Beamins, I'm not saying that they aren't actively trying to do that, but they are trying to. But it's not enough at once. And that would be really nice if it could be enough at once, but no one's ever really going to get what they want. But that's been this episode of RoadKill Extra. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.